Why needing nothing attracts everything. When wanting pushes things away. Ever wanted something so badly you could taste it, only to watch it slip through your fingers? The promotion that was supposed to validate your worth. The text back that felt like oxygen. The spot on the team you trained for months to earn. You hustle harder. You explain more. Maybe you even beg. And yet, silence. The harder you grip, the faster it slides away. The Stoics knew this 2,000 years ago. They saw that craving, raw, desperate craving, doesn't just fail to attract what we want. It repels it. It turns us into magnets for disappointment. This isn't about pretending you don't care. It's about learning to hold things lightly, to stand calm while others twitch. Tonight, you'll hear the story of one person who stopped clutching life by the throat and finally felt it rest, steady, in an open hand. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll have tools to stop chasing, start choosing, and watch opportunities walk toward you instead of away. Section 1. The problem, the chase. Picture Alex. He's sitting in the cubicle farm, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, eyes darting between his monitor and the frosted glass conference room. In just 3 minutes, the partners will announce the new senior consultant. Alex has done everything right. He's sacrificed weekends, answered Slack pings at 9-7 p.m. and sent perfectly polite, just checking in emails. His spreadsheets are color-coded, his presentations polished. On paper, he looks unstoppable. But inside, he feels like he's standing on thin ice. Every late night, every missed birthday, every strained smile at family gatherings is about to be justified or wasted. This promotion isn't just a title, it's oxygen, and Alex needs it. Here's the thing about need. It leaks. People can smell it before you open your mouth. The partners? They've seen it before. The too eager nods in meetings, the over-explaining, the hunger written across his forehead. To them, it doesn't say ambition. It says, pick me or I'll break. 2 weeks later, the email lands. Not Alex's name. Jordan's the quiet analyst who never looked rushed, never seemed desperate. Alex's stomach knots. He mutters the usual excuses. Politics, favoritism, unfair. But deep down, a quieter voice whispers, what if the very need I wear like armor is the thing pushing people away? That's the paradox Stoicism lays bare. The more we chase, the more we reveal our lack. The more we signal desperation, the less people trust us with responsibility. And this isn't just Alex's story. If you've ever triple-checked your phone waiting for that text, rehearsed every word before asking for a raise, or felt your pulse climb because you needed someone to validate you, you've lived this too. So the question isn't just, why did Alex lose? It's bigger. How do we unhook from this hunger before it poisons our chances? Hold that thought, because the answer begins where most people never look. Not in the title, not in the email, but in the mind. Section 2. The shift, the discovery. The weekend after Jordan's name appeared in that email, Alex did what most of us do when life gut punches us. He poured a drink, collapsed on the couch, and scrolled mindlessly until his eyes burned. Glass 2, glass 3. Somewhere between the memes and the highlight reels of other people's perfect lives, he stumbled on a line from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Alex laughed out loud. Power over his mind? He couldn't even stop his thumb from refreshing Instagram every 10 seconds, hoping for distraction. Still, the sentence stayed. The next morning, still hungover, he found himself reading more Epictetus, Seneca. Even modern blog posts translating ancient Stoic thought into plain office language. Different voices, same inconvenient truth. The less you need, the more you lead. Or, put another way, needing nothing attracts everything. At first, it sounded like cosmic clickbait. But the stories dug under his skin. Epictetus, once a slave, who became a revered teacher because he mastered his inner world. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor surrounded by chaos, reminding himself daily to stay humble, calm, and clear. Even today's high performers, founders taking cold showers, athletes practicing restraint instead of hype, seem to echo the same lesson. Alex closed the laptop and stared at the ceiling. Maybe the problem wasn't politics. Maybe it wasn't Jordan. Maybe it wasn't even the promotion. Maybe the problem was the need itself. And here's the shift. Stoicism doesn't tell you to stop wanting. It tells you to stop clinging, to replace desperate hunger with steady fire, to act not from emptiness but from enough. Alex began to wonder, what if I showed up on Monday not starving for approval, but simply anchored in the work itself? That single question was about to change everything. Section 3. The transformation, the outcome. Monday morning came. No big speeches, no fireworks, just a quiet decision Alex made to himself. Do the work like the company might fold at 5 p.m. Not to impress, not to beg, just because the work matters. So he stopped the old habits. No more hovering at the partner's doors, waiting for scraps of validation. No more quick check-in, emails fired off at midnight. No more scrolling the bragging channel on Slack, comparing himself to colleagues. Instead, he poured energy into what was real. He rewrote the quarterly report, cutting the jargon and making it crystal clear. When the numbers didn't add up, he didn't hide them. He flagged the issue and suggested 3 solutions. Not because he hoped for applause, but because it was the right thing to do. And here's the subtle but powerful shift. His energy moved from, "Please notice me," to, "This is worth doing well." The noise quieted. The anxiety loosened its grip. He was no longer begging the world to stamp him with value. He was acting like someone who already had value. 2 weeks later, one of the senior partners tapped his shoulder. "Got a minute?" Behind the glass office door, she leaned back in her chair. "We're expanding. We want you to lead the new division. 30% pay bump. But tell me honestly, are you still starving for it?" The old Alex would have nodded so hard his neck might snap. He would have overpromised, over-explained, maybe even begged. But now, he felt the tremor rise in his chest and then settle. He remembered Seneca's reminder, "The man who has nothing to lose has everything." So Alex simply said, "I'll do the job well. Title or no title, that won't change." The partner paused, surprised. Then she smiled. "That," she said, "is exactly why we're offering it. The lesson here isn't, act like you don't care. That's a performance. The real posture is this, care deeply, but never need. Because once you stop needing, you start leading." Section 4. The Universal Paradox. Alex's story isn't really about a promotion. It's about the invisible weight of need and the strange law that governs it. Here's the paradox. Desire isn't the enemy, but the visibility of need is. Desire fuels us. It pushes us to write the book, to ask the question, to show up to practice. But need, when it drips from our tone, our body language, our every move that's a leash the world can yank. The moment others sense you must have it, you've given them control. The Stoics nailed this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius said craving is just a neon sign flashing, "I'm lacking." When the world senses that lack, it responds with scarcity. It withholds, it tests. But when you move from enoughness, when your actions come from curiosity, from craft, from service, you flip the equation. People lean in. They trust you because they sense you could walk away and still be whole. Think about it, like water in your palm. Hold your hand open, and the water rests there. Squeeze too tightly, and it slips out through every gap. That's how it works with praise, with love, with opportunity. Grip, and it's gone. Hold lightly, and it stays. So what do? Do we abandon ambition? Pretend we don't care? No, that's just another mask. The Stoic answer is subtler and sharper. We practice the paradox. We learn to care without clinging, to pursue without panting, to want without need. And the way you learn it isn't by thinking, it's by drilling, by daily, repeatable habits that teach your nervous system, I'm okay whether or not the world claps. In the next section, we'll break down those drills, the small, practical Stoic practices that can turn your quiet desperation into quiet strength. Section 5. Practical Stoic Principles. 7 Daily Drills. Here's the good news. You don't need to move to a cave or renounce all ambition to learn this paradox. What you need are small drills that train you to loosen your grip without losing your fire. These 7 Stoic drills look simple, but if you run them daily, you'll start to feel the shift, the need dial turning down, the presence dial turning up. 1. Pause the pitch. Next time you feel the urge to justify yourself why you deserve the promotion, why they should call you back, stop. Breathe 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Then ask, does this serve the work or just my ego? If it's ego, let silence do the talking. Quiet competence outshines verbal invoices every time. 2. Label the story. Catch the narration in your head. If I don't get X, I'm a failure. That's not reality, it's just a story. Label it, story. Then narrate the neutral. Today, draft the memo, call 2 clients, lift for 20 minutes. Stories dissolve when you anchor back to tasks. 3. Zip the goalmouth. You don't need to announce every dream to the world. Tell your plans to 2 people max, the ones who sharpen you, not dilute you. The more you broadcast, the more your path bends under other people's opinions. Protect your flexibility. 4. Go dark. One day. Try 24 hours without posting about your hustle. No Instagram stories, no LinkedIn updates, no look how hard I'm working. Watch how much energy comes back into the work instead of the image of work. You'll be shocked at the difference. 5. Create for the void. Each morning ask, what can I make today that would still matter if nobody clapped? Then do that first. Anchor your worth in the craft, not the applause. When you build this muscle, you become anti-fragile, unmoved by silence, steady in storms. Let it ripen. Don't expose your projects too soon. Ambitions taste sweeter when they ripen off stage. Work until it's undeniable, then reveal it. Premature exposure invites interference and doubt you don't need. Protect the fruit until it's ready to fall. 7. Act like nothing's at stake. This isn't recklessness, it's freedom. Send the email without triple-checking. Pitch without apologizing. Worst case, they say no. You're still breathing. You're still building. You're still you. Practice these 7 drills for 7 days straight. Watch how your body reacts. Notice how your urgency eases, how your posture steadies, how your voice carries differently in the room. Because when you stop grasping, people sense it. And when they sense it, they lean in. Next, let's dig deeper into why this happens, the hidden physics of need, and how others unconsciously use it against us if we're not careful. Section 6. The Physics of Need. Why hunger gets leveraged. Here's the part nobody likes to admit. People can smell need before you say a word. It leaks. It shows up in the pause after a question, in the way your voice rises at the end of a sentence, in how quickly you answer texts. And once it's visible, it becomes leverage. A manager can string you along with vague promises of maybe next quarter. A client can haggle you down because they sense you'll take any deal just to close one. A partner can test boundaries because deep down they know you won't leave. This isn't cynicism, it's human nature. Negotiation 101. The side that must have the deal always accepts worse terms, and relationships are no different. If someone believes you can't bear to lose them, they stop worrying about losing you. Need makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to control. But here's the Stoic flip. When you want something but carry the ability to walk away, you turn the leverage around. You shift from pawn to player. Think of it as posture, the posture that says, I choose this, but I'm not owned by it. That's the energy others can't manipulate. That's the energy that attracts respect. The Stoics understood this. Epictetus lost everything, his freedom, his possessions, yet his students followed him because he radiated something most people didn't. He wasn't hooked by need. And here's your test. Next time you feel yourself tightening, needing the yes, needing the praise, pause. Ask, if I walked away right now, would I still be whole? If the answer is yes, the leverage just shifted. Coming up, we'll sharpen this edge further with a power most people underestimate: silence. Section 7. Strategic silence. Keep the flame behind glass. Silence isn't emptiness, it's protection. A flame burns hottest behind glass, but expose it too early, and a single gust of doubt or gossip can snuff it out. Most of us overshare because we think it builds accountability. If I tell everyone I'm writing a book, I'll have to finish it. Sounds good, but here's what really happens. Once you've announced it, the applause trickles in before the work is done. Your brain cashes a check it hasn't earned, and the project loses its fire. The Stoics practiced the opposite. They believed in building strength quietly, letting results announce themselves. Marcus Aurelius never posted about his meditations, he wrote them for himself. Seneca reminded himself to practice poverty in private. Epictetus didn't need to brag, his life was the proof. Strategic silence buys you 3 freedoms. Freedom to adapt. You can change direction without apologizing for not living up to a broadcasted promise. Freedom to fail. You can stumble, recalibrate, and keep moving without the failure becoming your public identity. Freedom to arrive. When you finally reveal your work, it lands with force. Not because it was easy, but because you protected it while it was fragile. So here's a drill. Pick one thing you're working on right now, a project, a habit, a goal, and go silent about it for 30 days. No posts, no humble brags, just sweat, craft, and private progress. Then, when it's ready, unveil it. The impact won't just be in the result, it'll be in the surprise. Because in a noisy world, the quiet hand moves mountains. Next, let's level it up even further by learning how to become deliberately unreadable. Not mysterious for the sake of ego, but unreadable enough that no one can play chess with your predictable moves. Section 8. Become unreadable from pawn to player. Predictable people are easy to manage. If your boss knows you'll always say yes, they'll keep piling on work. If a date knows you'll always chase after silence, they'll keep withholding replies. If a client senses you'll discount at the first pause, they'll wait you out every time. This is why the Stoics trained themselves to be calm, deliberate, and yes, slightly unreadable. Not mysterious for the sake of ego, but deliberate enough that nobody could script their reactions. Think about chess. Pawns move one square at a time. Everyone knows where they'll go. Easy to trap, easy to sacrifice. But a player who hides their intent, who makes moves with patience and timing, controls the board. For you, unreadable doesn't mean cold. It means thoughtful. It means asking yourself before every reveal, does this strengthen my position or give someone else the map. If it's the map, keep it in your pocket. Practical ways to practice unreadability. Delay your responses. A 5-minute pause can change the entire tone of a conversation. Share direction, not motive. "I'm working on something important" keeps you open, without letting others script your endgame. React slower. When someone presses your buttons, don't hand them the manual. A calm face makes manipulation expensive. The goal here isn't to play games. It's to stop being a pawn in someone else's. Because when your moves are selective and deliberate, people stop treating you as predictable and start treating you as powerful. And nothing communicates power more than this next shift, the ability to walk away. Section 9. The walk-away advantage. Power isn't in loud words or long arguments. Power is in the ability to walk away. When your happiness, your dignity, and your identity don't hinge on a single outcome, you stop negotiating from fear and start negotiating from clarity. The Stoics knew this. They practiced it daily. Seneca reminded himself that fortune could strip everything away, and yet his mind would remain his own. That posture made him untouchable. Here's the truth. The ability to say no is often worth more than an extra zero on the paycheck. Because no is a declaration. I will not trade my peace for crumbs. Test it in small ways. A client lowballs you. Counter once. If they don't respect it, walk. A date crosses a boundary. State it once. If it happens again, leave. A manager keeps dangling, maybe later. Ask once for a timeline. If it never comes, redirect your energy to what you can control. Every clean walk away adds to your bank of dignity, and dignity, once compounded, becomes presence. The kind of presence people can feel when you walk into a room, the calm certainty that you can choose to stay, but you don't need to. And here's the paradox. When others sense you can walk away, they chase you harder. Not because you're playing games, but because real freedom is magnetic. Next, let's bring this down to earth. Because it's one thing to nod along with philosophy, it's another to practice it in the messy parts of life. Promotions, dating, sales, family dinners. That's where the real testing ground lies. Section 10. Modern scenarios. Apply the laws where it hurts. Let's land this where it matters: your daily life. Philosophy isn't worth much unless it survives the chaos of Monday morning or Friday night. So here are 5 arenas where the need-nothing posture changes everything. Work. The promotion loop. Old pattern. Over-explain your value. Hover by your boss's office. Refresh your inbox every 10 minutes. New pattern. Deliver uncommon clarity in your work. Document outcomes and let results do the talking. You're not hiding. You're letting competence speak louder than need. Dating. The text back. Old pattern. Double texting. Adding emojis like sprinkles. Apologizing for existing. New pattern. Send one clean invite. Then go live your life. If interest is mutual, it will reveal itself. If not, you didn't waste your day performing desperation. Sales. The chase. Old pattern. Flood the maybe leads with endless follow-ups, offering discounts to get a shaky yes. New pattern. Qualify hard. Pitch once, follow up twice, then close the loop. Scarcity of your attention raises its value. Clients lean toward the professional who can walk away. Social media. The performative plan. Old pattern. Announce every goal for accountability, then feel trapped by the audience you built. New pattern. Work in silence. Reveal when it's real. Surprise beats performative progress every time. Family. The approval tax. Old pattern. Endless updates, long explanations, bending your decisions just to earn a nod. New pattern. Speak in outcomes. not auditions. Here's what I did, instead of here's why you should approve. Respect their care but refuse their control. Different arenas, same backbone. Contain your need, ship real value, and choose calm. And if you want to make this posture stick not just once, but as a lifestyle, you'll need a system. That's what we'll build next. A 30-day protocol to rewire your reflexes. Section 11. The 30-day Need Nothing Protocol. Here's the challenge. Philosophy sticks best when it becomes a practice. So, instead of nodding along, let's design a 30-day Stoic protocol to drain the poison of need and replace it with calm strength. 4 weeks, 4 focuses. Week 1. Contain the noise. Run a go-dark day once 24 hours without posting, bragging, or signaling progress online. Zip the goalmouth, share your plans with 2 people max. Journal nightly. What did I not say today that protected my momentum? Week 2. Build the citadel. Pick 1. Stoic virtue. Courage, temperance, justice, or wisdom. Each day, do 1 act that costs you comfort, but earns you self-respect. Journal. Where did I stand firm today? Where did I bend from fear? Week 3. Make for the void. Every morning, start with 1 task that would still matter if nobody clapped. Track it with a streak chart. Don't break the chain. Journal. How did void work change my energy today? Week 4. Negotiate from abundance. Choose 1 boundary time, rate, respect, and enforce it once this week. Practice a clean no, brief, kind, final. Journal. What did saying no return to me? By day 30, you'll notice the hunger hasn't disappeared, it's been harnessed. Your wants will still fuel you, but they won't leash you. You'll carry them lightly, and people will feel it in the way you talk, move, and lead. But before you dive in, know this. Most people stumble along the way. They confuse restraint with apathy or silence with manipulation. Let's unpack the most common mistakes and how to fix them fast. Section 12. Fail and fix moments. What most people get wrong. Even with the best intentions, most people trip on the same cracks when they try to practice Stoic detachment. The good news? Each mistake has a simple fix. Let's break them down. Mistake 1. Confusing restraint with apathy. You don't need to act like you don't care. That's just another performance. Fix. Care deeply, but move calmly. Pair passion with privacy until results are undeniable. Mistake 2. Broadcasting for motivation. Public accountability can backfire. The more you talk, the more you perform for applause instead of progress. Fix. Report outcomes, not intentions. Share results when they're real, not while they're ripening. Mistake 3. Chasing maybe. Maybe is the most expensive word in your calendar. It keeps you spinning without payoff. Fix. Set limits. Follow up twice, then close the loop. Reinvest your energy where it compounds. Mistake 4. Mistaking silence for game playing. Some people think strategic quiet means manipulation. Wrong. Fix. Check your intent. If your silence protects your momentum, keep it. If it's meant to punish, speak cleanly instead. Mistake 5. Waiting to feel worthy. Many stall because they're waiting for calm confidence to magically appear. Fix. Action leads feeling. Do the drill even when you feel shaky. The behavior trains the state. Expect slips. Recenter. Your identity isn't fragile, it's forged. Each recovery is proof you're building the muscle, not proof you've failed. And how do you know if it's actually working? That's what we'll cover next. The small signals that your posture has shifted, even before the big wins roll in. Section 13. Signs it's working. How do you know the drills are sinking in? It won't always look like fireworks or instant promotions. The first proof shows up in quiet, almost invisible shifts. Here's what to watch for. You rewrite fewer emails. One clean draft feels enough. You hear no without spiraling into self-doubt. You enjoy a quiet evening without reaching for a second screen. People start asking you for timelines instead of you chasing theirs. You laugh at delays that once wrecked your entire day. These are micro-clues, but they're gold. They tell you your nervous system is stabilizing, your self-worth is relocating from out there to in here. Think of it like weight training. At first, you don't notice much, but suddenly, one day, you carry all the groceries up the stairs without pausing for breath. Progress sneaks in quietly, and then without forcing it, others notice too. Your manager reads calm in your emails. Friends sense steadiness in your presence. A date feels the difference between "I want you" and "I need you." These aren't just signs of change. They're receipts, proof that restraint, silence, and calm effort are compounding into a posture people respect. Next, let's return to Alex, the man we started with, and see how his story came full circle. Because his update isn't just about him, it's about you. Section 14. The Alex Update, and yours. So what happened to Alex? Did he take the promotion? Did he walk away? The truth is, it doesn't matter, because the real win wasn't the title, it was the posture shift. He moved from clutching to standing, from begging to choosing, from needing to deciding. For the first time in years, Alex realized his worth wasn't hanging on an email or a nod in the hallway. His worth traveled with him into the office, into the subway, even into the quiet of his own apartment. And here's where this comes back to you. Where are you gripping right now? Where are you holding so tight that your knuckles ache at work, in relationships, in the mirror? What would happen if you loosened the grip just enough to breathe? Alex didn't transform overnight. He slipped, he doubted, but each time he returned to the same stoic truth. You can't control the outcome. You can always control your effort, your attitude, your character. That's the same truth waiting for you, because the real question isn't whether you'll win the promotion, or the text back, or the sale. The question is, when you don't, will you still be whole? And if the answer is yes, if you can walk through life carrying yourself lightly, then the paradox unfolds. The less you need, the more you attract. Up next, the closing reminder. The quiet hand that changes everything. Closing. The quiet hand that attracts everything. The senior partner later admitted something surprising. Their decision meeting took less than 10 minutes. He stopped asking, she said, so we started offering. That's the paradox, right there. Needing nothing isn't a hack to trick the world into giving you more. It's the side effect of remembering what you already hold, your mind, your standards, your next step. When you stand on that ground, calm, steady, whole, you change the energy in every room you walk into. Opportunities lean closer, people listen harder, respect rises without you chasing it. Like a cat drawn to the quiet hand, the world moves toward the one who doesn't clench. So here's your call to action. If this message landed, type "I choose my peace" in the comments. Share one thing you're done chasing today. Then pick one drill, pause the pitch, go dark, or create for the void, and run it for 7 days straight. Report back. Let's build a quiet army of people who attract everything by needing nothing. And when the world tries to measure you by your hunger, smile. You're done auditioning for your own life. You've stopped being negotiable in all the wrong ways. Because the flame is behind glass now, and it's only getting hotter.